Hey, and we're live today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm here with Tyler Williams, who's the Director of Scientific Services at PathoSans. And PathoSans has been innovating, engineering, and manufacturing electrically chemically activated solutions. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, OMG, that's a huge mouthful. And what on earth does that mean? Well, I'm really excited because today we're going to tell you. So thank you so much for joining us here today. I know you're probably here because you have an interest in cleaning. What? Cleaning? Here we
Yeah.
are. So, Tyler, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you, Angela. Looking forward to our questions today and getting through and getting to talk about PathoSans.
So, safety is a significant concern in the cleaning industry. Can you elaborate a little bit on some of the solutions and address the safety concerns for both the cleaning staff and the building occupants? I'm talking not just in homes, but also like in apartment complexes. We talked for a little bit about the schools. Can you talk to us safety across the board?
Oh my goodness. Yes. I mean, how many horror stories can we tell of people getting horribly injured by improper mixing, or beyond short-term exposure to too concentrated of a chemical or long-term exposure to the same chemical in smaller doses. There's so many different ways you can hurt yourself if you're not aware of what chemicals you're working with. And we really tried to move away from that by saying everything we put out from PathoSans is going to be proven non-irritating, no acute toxicity, let alone chronic toxicity. We really need to stand by that and make sure that the ingredients we're putting in our bottles are not going in our body. And that's kind of something we say here at PathoSans too, is what's in the bottle can end up in the body. And that's
Mhm.
really what we're trying to move, trying to get the world to think of in terms of cleaning and how PathoSans is trying to help out, increase the safety standard when working with chemical to avoid these horrible news stories.
You mentioned before about that it is safe and that it's safe for pets and that it's safe in food areas. Is it food grade safe so that if we were to use it like on a kitchen area and then you
Mhm.
were to go in and make a sandwich or something, any residue or anything that's left behind, it's not going to harm the body in any way?
Correct. Our two active ingredients. So our cleaner is mainly based in sodium hydroxide. And before anyone says, not all sodium hydroxide is created equal. Because of this ECAS technology, it is proven to be the safer form of how you can get to hydroxide. Hydroxide is recognized as grass or generally regarded as safe by the FDA. It can be used
Okay.
in food products. I'm not saying use it in food products, but I am saying if you clean a cutting board with it, probably won't even notice the taste. The other side of that, we do have our hypochlorous acid disinfectant. That also has been proven to be allowed on food surfaces per our label.
So I'm guessing since it's safe and it's affordable and it's something that is readily available to everyone, either via subscription or what is the term we used? An on-site generator. What is the affordability for the on-site generator for, let's say, a small company that wanted to
Sure.
use and create
Mhm.
their own?
Absolutely. So we have found it really comes down to a usage pattern. So we actually size our equipment, and that's really where the pricing falls into play on how much are you going to need and how much is the unit going to run, because that kind of dictates service requirements, replacement parts, consumables, salt usage. Now, salt's very low, but still, we have to take all that into consideration. But what we have found is we've come in comparable to the average monthly spend of any traditional chemical nowadays. Sometimes we're a little higher, sometimes we're a little lower. It's tough to say exactly in the broad sense. But what we've really enjoyed and what we found is we have to understand our customer's process very well. And there might be cost savings in hazardous container disposal or not needing
Mhm.
gloves or something along those lines. So it's really a fun process and a great way to get to know our customers as well.
You just brought up a really interesting hot point, personal protective equipment. What kind
Yeah.
of personal protective equipment do you need when using the PathoSans product?
Great. None required. I say that none required when handling the chemistry. I don't know about you, Angela, but I probably would not go into a restroom and clean without gloves, especially a public one. But that being said, I'm protecting myself more from what I'm cleaning, not what I'm cleaning with.
But if I'm inside my own home, I don't need gloves if I'm cleaning my counters or my vanities or any of those things.
Correct. You would not need anything. No
Interesting.
PPE.
So safe for touching of the hands, safe for breathing. If it gets on you, safe for pets, safe for people, safe for airborne spray, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Yes.
Huh! How
It's
come we don't
it's
all have this yet?
I was going to say, this is the other challenge. It seems too good to be true, but at the end of the day, we really stand by these data sets that show us this. The other side of that is simply trying and seeing is believing.
So, what category does this fall in as far as like a disinfectant or a degreaser or
Right.
just a soap? Like, what is this?
Great. So, our cleaner product, kind of what we're focusing on today and what we're really excited to talk about with the concentrate bottles and filling up, it's sold as a general purpose cleaner for every surface in your house that you can think of, minus the few we discussed. Special coatings, just be careful with. But outside of that, general purpose cleaning. It has some degreasing ability, but if you're trying to clean an oven that has burnt on, caked on, however long that may be, we're not going to be the right fit right away. If
Right.
it's a maintenance clean, like we're talking about every 2, 3 times a week, you'll see that those residues do stay down longer and you'll go longer before you need those stronger chemicals to come in and really scorch the earth, if you will, for lack of a better term.
Well, and I think that's a really good point because
Mhm,
when you're doing a deep cleaning, there are certain chemicals that are required. And
mhm,
for the reason that the deep cleaning is required because it did not get that way overnight. It was not maintained and then suddenly, boom, it needs a huge deep cleaning. It was
yeah,
been neglected for a very
mhm,
long time. Therefore, it needs something very strong to maybe cut through a bunch of gunk so that you can get back to the maintenance cleaning. One of the things I like best about the
mhm,
PathoSans concept is that if you are cleaning on a frequent basis, especially like an Airbnb or a hotel or a
mhm,
schoolroom or something like that, where you are going to need daily cleaning, it's a really great way to maintain the cleanliness without the heavy duty chemicals. And I think that's really important to specify because our goal has always been if you don't need a really strong chemical, please don't use one. But there's a really fine line of not having anything that's good and then having something that's really good that will do the job and it will sanitize. And I think I'm hearing from you today that this is the really good in between, that this is a
mhm.
really great and excellent way to maintain the clean between regular cleanings. So if you have a heavy duty cleaning, yeah, heavy duty chemicals, but for the regular maintenance cleaning and most of what we're going to be maintaining from here on out is going to be something that can be maintained with an ECAS product like PathoSans.
I could not have said that better myself. Thank you. That was great. Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much for joining us today. I've learned so much. And if nothing else, I just got really excited about learning more. I know this is new technology for many of us, and I'm excited as we explore the new frontiers moving forward. Because, like I said earlier, I think we're in an era of getting away from the dyes and the heavy chemicals and the things that have harmed the environment and our waterways and our respiratory systems and all these things for so long. I think we're moving away from all of that. So it's more than just a buzzword now. It's actually a responsibility that we're taking a look at. How can we do our own little individual part? And in an era where there are so many terms like green and natural and whatever that are just unregulated terms,
Mhm.
it's really nice to actually have some solutions that you can, as a professional cleaner, take into a customer's home and say, hey, listen, this is proven technology that we feel good about, and we're pretty sure you'll feel good about it as well.
That means the world to hear you say that. So thank you so much because that really is our message at PathoSans. We care about clean and we want to change the culture of clean and we want to make good for everyone.